thing is, she's going to play right into a bitch roll. See, we talked about this. We talked about contractors during the tornado. And a chimney. I just saw a neat chimney and I was curious, is that the chimney that it remained through the tornado? Yes. And that topper, the man, was the last thing they did. And he just, when I mentioned that, he just, and he wasn't up there 2 minutes. And then it blew down and it messed up. Then somebody put wood around it to keep it straight. And at the time, we hadn't butted heads yet. Wow. Hi. Country galleon. As soon as she came out there, I knew what, and I almost wanted to just say, okay, this is, there. It's true, I'm leaving. But no, I had some time to think it through and said, I'm going to fucking approach this thing and inject her this shit. That bitch is already shut down to me. She's sitting here expecting me to plug the grass or something, you know. What had happened, I had cut a real straight line in some spaces, but other places it was just too thick and it got away from me. I'm sure with some practice I probably could have cut 4 or 5 inches of double-decker grass real straight. She hadn't stepped out there and I hadn't made mention, and she hadn't already been in a bitch roll because I didn't inform her she's going on fucking worldwide TV programming unlike you have ever seen or will encounter before. It was just boom. That bitch was out there sweeping up the whole time, and I told her, I said, you know, ma'am, if after like 30 fucking minutes I'm not shitting around, do you understand what I mean? There will be some yellow, yet it's gonna fill in with green in the next 14 days probably. When they grow back, I'm like, bitch, this grass would grow any fucking where it... Yes, the grass will grow back. Not tomorrow. And you shouldn't pay $1 a day to have a bad experience. You probably just ran a fucking scam on me. She had the bobby, not the taper. Anyhow, she accepted that I wouldn't be expecting her to pay, even though I rounded it off nice. I could have just rounded that fucking thing off if she hadn't come out there and said, oh, well, yeah, I apologize if that's not how you've had it edged in the past. I mean, it was smooth. Whereas somebody could fucking trip on her grass. I'm not even fucking around. She was working on a rung, a riser. So, just not a good, and it wasn't a good personality mix. And like I said, yeah, we were talking about contractor. I was like, yeah, I noticed that whenever I started doing construction. It seemed as though things protracted a lot and that people were always expecting something quicker than it was delivered. And the contractors get this kind of attitude, well, they're not contractors, so they don't understand. And I guess you're bidding jobs, so you're giving them a good, and that's the same way I was, you know. I told her, sure, I can put a pretty good edge on pavement, and obviously all this other stuff I can whack back for you. And heck, I mean, if you're hot enough, I will, you know, do what needs to be done. But you're just not in it. You're not even in that world. You don't realize that something was missing, and it was probably the rest of your husband's penis at some point. You know, that kind of shit. As well as the remaining years before whatever sociological religious bent you channeled into with your little part of the power grid. By the way, I'm to a point anymore, kids, where I'm pretty sure I'm probably just going to turn bad. Now, I'm not going to be the type that we see who just has to fucking... There are people who will scream at me from the other fucking side of the goddamn block whenever I kind of zone out for a second or laugh to myself a little bit. They have to remind, and that's what's going on. The whole fucking time, you people have been integrated through shame and shit that I just didn't perceive before. So now you think you're trying to show me something, whenever what you're doing is expecting me to integrate and accept your communal set of circumstances, which is an absolute blind spot to you. Well, this little lady here, got her own little corner, and we're just a couple personalities. I hope she fucking comes out there in 3 days and sees it growing back and sees something not unlike that, only trimmed, you know.
In 600 feet, turn right onto West 3rd Street.
And that she just comes through
Onto South Jefferson Street.
on a basis of personality, because I really kind of went out of my way to say, listen, lady, I can save you being a bitch in many more instances, because you're a spry little whore. You're going to have to fucking speak up. Whenever there's something you're not going to compromise on, if that's what you're interested in, well then, I'm glad I came through your little fucking tent. It wasn't that mean or anything. But understand, lady, what you've got here is a failing body as compared to years past. You need to put forth that I am looking for someone to ghost me. And had she shown me from the get-go what she wanted done, I would have said sure, and I probably would have bid it twice. I was going to do it for 15 bucks, okay? This was, a lady just needed somebody to run the weed eat. I said when I got there, I was like, whoa, do you like seed this grass or what? She's like, no. I just, you know, run my mower for exercise, basically. The blade skims the top and the grass says, we're taking it there. I showed her every yard next to hers. Not even adjacent to hers was anywhere remotely close to as thick as her fucking grass. It was insane. And it's what you would probably come across in nicer high-end areas, and it's what she has accrued not through professional maintenance and fertilizing, but by being an anal little lady who needs to understand if she's gonna bring people into her fucking world, she needs to be assertive about it. Hey, what's up, man?
What?
Huh?
What?
What? Am I
Are
parking?
you here for somebody?
Sorry, no, I'm parked for this yard, this house over here. I was just having a look at it. I'm supposed to mow it here pretty soon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is somebody gonna park here or something?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was just wondering what was happening.
Okay, cool.